I decided to make this yoga mat bag, so I got on some cotton fabric and ironed it. And as you can see, there's this embroidery I was going to put on it and did put on it. Here's the cotton fabric. So I decided to do this with no patterns, no directions at all. I just winged it. So you can see my very unorthodox method of cutting the fabric. But this is one way I usually try to cut so that it becomes straight. And you can see here I'm just cutting it to size. And this part is very awkward, so actually I did not get it right the first time. I had to trim the circular piece a bit. And here I'm making the straps. I decided to waste no fabric, so I did one long strap from this rectangular shape. So I cut it in two and then sewed them together. So here it is when I'm sewing the cut pieces into one long strip. I should have put the camera up closer, but oh well, things to be learned. So after this I ironed the center seam open like so. So it becomes pressed and easier to sew. There's less fabric in one place. So here it is. And then I just folded the edges first, like so. And after that I folded in two, creating a, well, seamless existence. There's one seam. And you can see that the ironing is really good for the fabric. So remember to iron your cotton. Then I just sewed only on the side where the seam is, or where the fold is. I was wondering of making some like ornamental stitches to the other side, but I was like, I'm too lazy and I want this to be finished already. I had somewhere to go, so I just did this as a quickie. And here you can see my long flap, strap, whatever. Came out really nice. Then I added the strap and the piece of embroidered fabric onto the fabric, pinned it in place, and then I just started to sew them in place. I really hate that the floor is actually the only place where I can do this. I mean, it would be so much nicer if I could just have a clean table. But unfortunately, as many of us home seamstress know, that's not really an option when you have a small house. Well, my kitchen table might be a good place, provided there's nothing else on it. Like now there's all sorts of groceries on it. And now I'm sewing on the strap, the handle, how I can carry the yoga mat bag. So I just folded in two and stitched it on both ends, like so. I stitched this large rectangle shape on both ends. Did not make the excess across because I know it's not going to be so heavy that it needs any reinforcements like that. And then I sewed one of the sides closed, or the only long seam closed, and serged it. And excuse my back, I really should get rid of that hoodie because it looks so awful, but I love it. And then I pinned the bottom on the rectangle shape. So this is the part where I had most trouble because the piece was too big at first, so I had to cut it, and as you can see here, there's a little bit still off, so it didn't go very easily. Also, it was more of an oval shape than a circle, so yeah. But I'm happy with the result because it works and it looks okay, so no regrets. And here I serged it. This is just to show you how the end result looks. Not the best work ever, but okay for me to go to the gym. Our gym doesn't have very good yoga mats. I go to the swimming hall. That's upkeep is the city's business, so since it's not like a private institution, they have kind of crummy equipment from time to time. Then I just folded it into the mouth opening of the piece and pinned it in place, and then sewed along there, but left a small opening so I could put yarn through there, or whatever you might call it. It's ribbon. So I could put some ribbon through there and I would have a drawstring opening for the bag. So not all the way through the sewing, just so that there's what do you call it in English? Well, that there's this space where you can put the ribbon into. I really should learn more English. The vocabulary is a bit lacking when it comes to sewing terms. So we're almost ready. This took me about 45 minutes or so to make. Actually, editing this video took longer than making the bleeding bag. And here I'm taking a needle that's used mostly for knitting, like when you want to end your knitting or something. And I usually use this needle instead of a safety pin because this doesn't get stuck anywhere. I've noticed that when you have like serger yarns there, what do you call them, then it gets stuck very easily. Now I rolled my mat and lo and behold, it fits. Which actually didn't come as a surprise since I measured it by the mat, but okay. And then I just put the ribbon closed and you can carry it with you. Yay! So this is my 45-minute project. Hope you liked it. You can make one for yourself. And happy gym days!